Hi Glam Squad, this is Monique and I'm here to talk about drugstore favorites. Come join me as I sip on a little Pinot Grigio this evening and talk about my favorites. Anyways, I would like to get started and kind of talk about things that I have found that really is, not only they're good drugstore favorites, but I think they're also good things for the summer in particular. I'm pretty sure I have done a video so far. I don't know if it's going to be up by now, but summer essentials and some of these favorites are in there as well. But today I'm going to talk about particularly drugstore favorites, things that I'm loving at the drugstore that I think you will like as well. And I'll just go through them. I will be throwing in pictures of me applying certain things, but for the most part I'll probably just show you the product. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you, if I'm going to be doing a full face, I'm going to be using primer. Now, I have two things that I've been using and I really like. I think, again, this is a new drugstore favorite for me. I'm not sure if I videotaped myself using this, but this is the e.l.f. Oil Control Primer Mist. Absolutely love this. I think this is perfection. So good. Really a highlight because this helps someone, an oily girl like me. It helps to block the oils, as well as I use the Coty Airspun powder. This powder, I don't want to tip it over because I keep getting so much product coming out of it, but it's the Coty Airspun powder. Actually, I put it back here. You can see it, and this is in Honey Beige. Basically, you can also get this in translucent as well, but this is a good product. I use a powder. I use a sponge and put the powder on this sponge and press it on my face. And though I just went out of order, I realized before I do all that, before I even put the primer control, I do all my priming and my sunblock. And also I use the Milani Prep Plus Brighten Rose Oil. So I use this one as well. So this is one of the first steps I do. Then I use e.l.f. Control Primer, then the powder on my face. And these are all really good ways to kind of block. Now the oil itself helps to just nourish the skin. It's a dry oil. It's not overly oily, but it's enough to kind of give moisture to the face, because after, of course, you wash it, it's going to be drier. You need these moisture to come back into your skin. At least I do. And then I move on with these other mattifying things. Now, the next thing I would do is use foundation. Now the foundation, drugstore foundation that I've been loving is the Makeup Revolution stick. Now, this is something that would seem strange to be using while being oily and during the summer, because this is better, can I speak? This is better for winter time, but because I do all these other mattifying things, I actually have gotten away with using this. It is good. I do think you take a little bit of a risk because, you know, if your skin is just producing a lot of oil that day, this might not work. So this may not be the best summertime one. It's good for drugstore. And again, when I do all these other products and other things that I do to block it, this is actually a very good one still. It's very creamy. It matches me, which is something that maybe I'll show it. I'm not sure. I use the Matte Ambition foundation. This is from CoverGirl, and it's the full spectrum CoverGirl Matte Ambition All Day Shine Free Foundation in Deep Neutral 1. This is a good one, but I have realized that as the summers went along, I didn't realize my shade had changed, and so this one is a little too golden, not enough red, and my chest is a lot more, as I get darker, it gets a little deeper red color, and so the difference in my face was very noticeable. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to wear this one unless I get it in a different shade. So we'll see. But I do really like this one. I think if you can get your shade, it's perfect for a matte foundation. It's really good. And on my face today, I've done just a video already. It will be coming out soon. Wearing today, I did a video on it. It will be coming out soon. So far, it is holding up, and this is the Pacifica A Light foundation. It's a clean version foundation. but it matches me, I think, actually really well, and I actually really enjoy the finish and all that, but we'll see if the oils will be at bay, hopefully. But that's a good product as well. Now moving on to, let's see, if I'm doing that, I'm going to need concealer. The concealer that I think I'm using in the video that I'll be showing will be the Colourpop concealer in Dark 46, which I love a lot. Very good concealer. I think this is like $6. A good drugstore one. You can find this in Ulta or of course on colourpop.com. As well as the Makeup Revolution. This is the supersized one. Conceal and Define. I really love this one as well. This one is in C12. It's a little light for me, so I got to manipulate a little bit with the powder and all that, but it works in the sense of the creaminess and the texture of it. It's very lovely. So these are two good drugstore foundations. It doesn't come usually in this big size unless you buy it online, but it's much bigger and the price is still really good. Okay, then, and I go into, after I've done my, obviously my concealer, and I don't know if well, probably I'll show a video of me doing the brows, and in that video, when I show you, showing myself do the brows, I will be using the L'Oreal Stylist. I know I'm all over the place, I apologize. I just have all the products laid out here, so I'm just kind of remembering things that I did, so I apologize if this looks a little disjointed. It's not my intention, but you know, it is what it is. I've been trying to do this video for the longest time. I thought I had done it, and because of the discoloration of that foundation, I could not put up the video. It just looked too off, and you know, it's amazing when you're trying to do things on YouTube, which you would wear in normal life and don't care. It's amazing if you get on YouTube and you know that other people are looking at you. It can be a little bit stressful to try to get it right. And with my last foundation review, there were some comments that the foundation was too light and all this kind of stuff, which was totally fine, understandable. But it did make me much more aware that you definitely want to at least do your best to make things match as possible, because you are trying to tell people, like, I'm wearing this shade, maybe you can wear this for me. So hopefully this one's working for me. If not, I did my best. But I knew that this full spectrum one didn't, and so after looking at the footage, I was just like, forget it, I'll scrap it. So maybe one day I'll put up pieces of it, because I did a nice eye look on that, but for now that's not my concern. I just don't want to deal with that. Anyway, so I'm a little bit out of order, but I did do my eyebrows with the L'Oreal Stylist, what is this, brow, and I really like this a lot. I don't know if you can see how tiny it is. Has good coloring. I think this is, the stuff is written off of it, so we'll see. Maybe it's in, oh, what is it? Dark brunette. So this is a good one for the eyebrows. This takes place of the Gimme Brow that I have, that I did have from Benefit. I don't have that anymore because this took the place. Okay, so now I'm going to go back in that after I've done my concealer. I'm going to be using the powder to set it, and it's going to be using, for the loose powder, it will be the Maybelline Fit Me powder. I love the texture of this. Actually, under my eyes today, I have the Cover FX powder, but I realized after using it, they're very similar in texture, not in the coloring, but they're very similar in the texture. And so I really do like this powder. It's very finely milled, very soft. At first I used to put, and I don't know if I do it in the video, I've looked back at the footage and you'll see it when I put it up. It's probably happening right now. That I don't know if I put this on with a brush or with a sponge, I don't remember, but it doesn't matter. Either one will work. I usually like to put it on with a brush as the more of the favorite. That makes no sense. This is usually the favorite method of putting on powder, is with a kind of fluffy but stiff brush is what I like to do to press it into the skin. But it's also possible that you can use a sponge as well. I was kind of trying that out for a little while, and I filmed the footage of this maybe a week or two ago, so my memory has failed me and I'm not looking at the video, so I don't know. But anyways, this Fit Me powder, awesome. Really like this. This is a good mattifying powder. And then around the face, I put the Super Stay Full Coverage powder foundation. This is what I put on around my face, perimeter of it. It's not, that's great. It's not bad at all, and it's been good for what I'm using it for. My normal one that I love is the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Matte Powder in Cocoa. I cannot seem to pick this up. I keep forgetting when I go to Target, which I think last time I went to Target, I don't know if I even saw it, but I keep forgetting to pick this up. And then at Ulta, they used to carry my shade, and they don't carry. They literally carry like 4 shades of the powder, which is strange. I don't know why they no longer have it, but they don't. So L'Oreal's stuff looked like it's gotten smaller, even though the foundation has a lot of shades of the foundation. All the powders seem to have gotten smaller what they cover. So I don't know why they don't have this. I'm hoping this is not something that's being discontinued. I really hope it isn't. I love this powder. This is my favorite one. This is second. But both are good powders to put. As for me, it's a setting powder for the whole face and not under the eyes or any of that. But I really like this one, especially I like the tone of this one better. But because I don't have this one anymore, I've been using this and I do like it. Okay, so now let's see what else do we go on. For bronzer, I use for Drugstore, I use the CoverGirl Color Icon Bronzer. This is in the shade What Shady Beaches. If you can see that. I don't know if you can or not. Anyways, it's a good bronzer. It turned out to be a matte bronzer. When I first got it, it seemed like it was, and this seems light, but I'm telling you, it does work, actually. I don't know if you can see that or not. Maybe you can. It does work. It's something that was a little bit strange to me because you would think it wouldn't, but it does. It's not, obviously I have deeper bronzers than this, but this definitely works. It's had a shimmer overlay on top of this, and so when you first get it, it has that kind of that shimmer, so your blush is a little shimmery. It looks good. Eventually that goes away and it's just a matte bronzer, but I do like it. And for a drugstore bronzer, there's not very many drugstore bronzers out there at the moment that it works. Okay, so the next thing would be if you're going to use, say, contour. I've come to love the Profusion line. This is their their contour 2 palette. There's a contour 1, which is for lighter skin. This is for the deeper skin. And this comes with, well, it has a brush that's missing here, but it comes with bronzers, or not bronzers, I should say, contour sculpting powders. Contour powders. It comes with a setting powder, which I don't really use much. I have used it to kind of freshen up the contour, but other than that, I don't really use that one that much. And then it comes with 2 lovely highlighters, which I will say they have texture on them and they look textural after using them, but they are lovely bronzers. I don't know if I can see, you can see that. That's beautiful, isn't it? But these are really, did I say bronzers? I'm sorry, lovely highlighters. 2 lovely highlighters. I really like this one. I think if you are just learning makeup and you don't want to spend a lot of money on these kind of face palettes, this is a perfect one to start with. I actually like it, period. I think it's good for beginners or those who know what they're doing, but either way, I think this is a really good drugstore find. I think I'm going to put up the price what it is. I want to say it was, I know it's under $10. It may have even been $5. I don't remember. But I really think this is awesome. So if you can get it, either again, the contour 1 is lighter and the contour 2 is darker. So I really like this. The next thing I would be putting on would be highlighters. I have 3 of the same. This is not the same shade of the same brand. So I love the Master Chrome highlighters. This is the one from Maybelline. They're Maybelline Master Chrome highlighters. This one is in Molten Gold, which I will swatch. It's going to go under that one. I have one in Molten Peach. Put that here. I have one, this is my favorite one, is the Molten Rose Gold. Okay. You can see that. These three, they're beautiful. They're very metallic, but they buff right into the skin. They blend into the skin beautifully. They buff, you can buff them in. I'm actually wearing the rose gold one today, and I really like them. In fact, they're definitely one of my favorite highlighters. There are others, obviously, highlighters to be had, but for drugstore, I should say, but these are the ones that I like the most, so I didn't even want to suggest the others, because I feel like if I'm telling you what's some of the best things at the drugstore, I didn't want to kind of mucky it up with just other drugstore things, but I wanted to tell you the best of the best, and for me, those are definitely the best, so I love those. Also, the next thing I would go into would be, eyeshadows. Now, I'm literally going to show you, again, just one brand of eyeshadow, but 3 palettes, okay? And that is the Profusion brand. I don't know how to explain how much I've fallen in love with this brand. I really enjoy it. It's not what I have on my eyes today. I filmed another video. This is with a different palette, but I will show you some clips of me applying these particular eyeshadow palettes. This one is in Sultry. It's so good. Let me show you just one color that literally I almost want to buy it just for that. And this is the color Ella. I think I put this, usually I'll put this as like an inner corner. Let me see if this, can you see it? I don't know if you can see it. It is hard to see. In fact, this just looks like a highlighter, so I won't even explain it too much. It's a lovely, lovely color. Ella is it's a duochrome white with purple and green blue shift. It is absolutely stunning. Like literally I'm holding it up like this, it looks green. I hold it down here, it looks purple. It is so beautiful. Like this is one of my favorite eyeshadows, almost period. I love eyeshadow like that, so I really enjoyed this palette. I have the one, which I haven't played around with this one as much, but this is the one in Infatuation. I think this is a good one. This is a lot of different beautiful colors as well. Really like this. I enjoy these. Now I will say the shimmers you work with a little bit. They're not as, some of them aren't as metallic as others, and so you do kind of work with them a little bit, but see, this is a little bit, I don't know if you can't even see it, so I won't worry about trying to, maybe I'll show pictures of it on my hand swatch or my arm swatch, we'll see. But anyways, I think these are great palettes. I have this one. I also have the Wanderlust. This is the one I probably use the most, and this is the first one I got, and I love this one as well. Look at these colors. Like, this is a stunning, stunning, stunning palette. Absolutely love it. These are just some of my favorite palettes, and so especially for like now the summer, it's just been wonderful to use these ones. They're $10. I have very expensive eyeshadow palettes, and it always just shocks me. Maybe I hold them to a different standard because they're so expensive, but when I continually want to keep reaching for these palettes over the more expensive ones, it tells me something. Like, sometimes it does not matter how much you spend on eyeshadow, but more so how the color story, how it makes you feel, does it blend well? All those things are wonderful, and that isn't always based on price. I have found that out many times when I bought more expensive eyeshadow palettes and realized it's not always better because it's more. So these are standout for me, drugstore. And if you're wanting just to learn about makeup, I have a friend now that I know wants her daughter to learn, or she wants to help her daughter with makeup and to learn about it, and so I'm going to help them. But these are the palettes I'm going to suggest, because really these are the ones that you're not going to break the bank. You're not buying $50 eyeshadow palettes and you don't know how to use them. So it's better to start off with things like this, because and again, some of these are not punchy. They're not like this where it's like full of glitter and all this kind of stuff. It's not exactly like that, but for an everyday look, for using a bunch of different colors, you can get gorgeous looks. So I really think that it's a great value. I truly recommend those. Also, oh, I missed something. After, you know, I do highlight, usually I do after highlight, I usually put on blush. And the one that I'm going to show you is going to be, I have two of them, but I have one in light and dark. I'm going to show you this light one. It's the e.l.f. blush palette. These are really good. I like them because I've really been enjoying shimmery blushes. I really have enjoyed that. So they have these matte ones. They have matte colors here. This one doesn't really show up on my skin, but these two do. And then this beautiful shimmery blush. Again, I don't know if you can see it better or not, but it's a shimmery pink blush. Looks lovely on the skin. I really have been enjoying like blush that's glowy, and I love that look on the skin. I'm not looking for matte things during the summer. I kind of want like a fresh glowy look without me getting oily. These have been great. So again, I recommend these blush palettes. I think they're like $6, something like that. They're awesome. They're actually ones you can interchange. So if you're going on a trip and you can you want to pop them out. I don't know if they're magnetized. They may be. I'm not sure about that part of it. I've never done that. But you can use, I have two of them. And so I could pop them out and make my own palette. That would be something I could travel with. So this is a good like travel palette for that as well. So I really do like these palettes, these blush palettes, contour palettes, all these things really enjoy. The last couple things I'm going to talk about are going to be, one is lipstick. I really enjoy the creaminess of the Colourpop lipsticks. This one is in Chocolatier. Beautiful brownie color. If you can see that. Oh, put it back here so it's not blinding. So this is a beautiful like brownie color. I have one in the color, I have two more. I have two more in Hello Stranger. It's a beautiful lipstick. This is kind of a beautiful, looks kind of similar as a wine color, more of a Merlot color. And I have one called Come On Sis. This was the one that came out with Makeup Shayla's collection maybe a year or two ago. And this one is like a beautiful, for me this is almost a nudie color. It's like a pinky nude, but it's a beautiful color, and I really like that as well. But these ones are good. Again, drugstore lipsticks. They're $6. They're creamy. They're lovely. They're not budging all around. I would say out of all of them, my favorite is Come On Sis and Chocolatier out of these three. And also, I really enjoy lip gloss, but most of the lip gloss I have is more expensive, but the drugstore ones I do have in particular are these Wet n Wild lip glosses. Did I say lipstick? I meant lip gloss. My favorite lip glosses are these from the drugstore, which is Wet n Wild. This is from the Hummingbird collection. I really love these. This is in the shade Fly Gal, which is kind of a nudie pink. And this one is in Pout of Paradise. This is my favorite one. This is a beautiful orange, terracotta, burnty, like orange color on the lips. I absolutely love these lip glosses. I do not know if I have a picture. I might have a picture of me putting it on. I don't remember. If I do, I will put it up. But I really like these lip glosses. I think this was with a particular collection, the Hummingbird one, but I know they've come out with other lip glosses in other collections. So I would be willing to try them from another collection, but so far, these are my favorite. They do not get all over your teeth. They stay on the lips for a long time. When they wear down very nicely. So again, these are and during the summer, you know, I love to wear a lip gloss. I'm not wearing one right now, but typically during the summer, I like to wear lip gloss, and I like to wear pigmented ones. I don't always want to wear things that are clear. I like pigment, but I like the glossy lips. So I really love that as well. But so far, oh, and the last thing, my setting spray. I'll show. The setting spray that I have is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I really enjoyed this one. I think this is wonderful. It sets the makeup. I mean, I don't think your makeup lasts a lot longer with it, but I'm going to be real. I don't really think a lot of to me, a lot of setting sprays make the makeup last longer. There are some, I guess, but those ones that are more have alcohol base, I'm not a fan of. I don't want my face to still feel dry and matte. I'm not into that. So I do really like this one. Again, this is a good drugstore in the sense that it's not being sold in the high end, but it is a $16, I think, spray. So it's not the cheapest, but it's cheaper. A cheaper one alternative could be, which I do like, I don't have much of it left, is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. And I like this one as well, but this one is really good, but I think it's around $10 too. So again, you're not saving a whole lot of money. Drugstore is expensive now. If anything, that's what I will say about this whole entire thing, video, that I enjoy a lot of this makeup, actually all of it. I'm only showing things I enjoy. But drugstore makeup has gotten expensive. If things aren't super cheap, you're paying quite a bit of money. So it is a little bit harder to, I won't say it's hard to recommend drugstore products, but definitely if you're going to put the money into it, if you're going to already be spending $10, $11, $15 for certain things, and they better be good, because if for that price, you should be, if you want to have something that's maybe a better product, then buy something more expensive. You don't have to stick to the drugstore, because again, the drugstore is creeped up there in price. So for me to enjoy something that is drugstore, it's not just going to be, oh, because it's drugstore I like it. It's because I like it that I'm going to recommend it. I'm not just going to recommend drugstore things for the sake of, recommending drugstore. I want to share things that I enjoy using, that I like over my high-end things. To me, that's the sign of a good makeup product. So again, I'm trying to bring you things that I'm enjoying right now currently, especially in the summer right now. Again, I have this look is I've taped this. Tape is so old school. Oh my goodness. I've did a video already on this makeup look. I filmed it. I will be putting that up eventually as well. But right now I wanted to give you my drugstore favorites, things that I'm loving currently. Again, that can change. I feel like I'm rambling right now because I don't seem to want to stop talking. I don't know why. But anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I appreciate all of you who have newly subscribed. I know me and Cindy both do. And we hope that as you continue to watch our videos, as we continue to get more comfortable in front of the camera and be able to do more and be more consistent, we hope you appreciate the love and work we're putting into these videos. So please, Glam Squad, be glamorous in outside and in, and we hope you have a great day. Bye.